In 1991, a 33-year-old man traveled to more than 50 countries and helped gain international recognition for Armenia from more than 120 countries. In September 1992, this individual in Istanbul told the Turkish foreign minister that they are not ready for embracing European values because they had not yet come to terms with their own human rights violations. You could not have velvet without silk. And 30 years ago, right here in Southern California, a young 20-something lawyer in a kitchen on a street called Terry Hill, and a kitchen table, met with some friends, with Martindale Hubbles. And they flipped through those pages and picked up landline phones and yellow notepads, and they made phone calls. They made phone calls across the country, here in the United States, from East Coast to the West Coast, to the Midwest, and they built something. We will build an Armenian Bar Association. We will build a foreign ministry. We will build a society based on constitutional rights and the rule of law. And in each vision, he pushed others to embark on a sacred journey. There is no velvet without silk. It is an absolute honor for me to introduce our founding member, Mr. Raffi Hovannisian.
Thank you. Regarding that introduction was longer than my speech itself. Մարդվար իրանուկների հարկելի պաշտպաններ, բարոն դեսպան, դատավորներ, բարոն Թևրիզյան, հարկելի հայրենակիցներ։ 30 տարի առաջ, երբ հայ ժողովուրդը տարբեր ճակատների վրա պայքարի մեջ էր, Արցախը իր ազատագրման, Հայաստանը իր ժողովուրդով, իր ինքնիշխանության և ժողովրդավարության, Բաքվի հայերը իրենց կյանքի և արժանապատվության համար, սփյուռքահայությունը, ճշմարտությունը, արդարությունը, ինքնությունը ապահովելու համար մի փոքր հավաքական և ամենևին ոչ ես առանցին մարդիկ, որ այստեղ նստած են մեր մեջ, բացականներն կան, որ արդեն անթի աշխարհացած են, միասին եկան նոր երանգ և մի փոքր խորհուրդ տալու համար այդ պայքարին, որ մեր պայքարը օժտված լինի առավելաբար նաև իրավունքի գիտակցության, որ Հայաստանը ի վերջո ունենա իրավունքի իշխանություն։ Եվ ամենայն հարկանքով մեծ սպարապետ նշտեին, որ ասում են ուժն է ծնում իրավունք, որ մտածեն, թե միգուցե իրավունքն է, որ ուժ է ծնում, որ իսկական ուժը իրավական է, իրավունքի ուժ է։ Եվ շատ ուրախ եմ, որ մենք այսօր միասին ենք, որ եկած եք հարգելու, որ ամեն մեկը իր մարզեն ներս, իր մասնակցության մեջ, հավաքական, կազմակերպչական, անհատական ներդրում կկատարեք հայ ժողովրդի իրավունքների, հայ մարդու արժանապատվության և մեր ազգի relevant հրամայակը։ Hayastan ipsa locutur. Hayastan stands or speaks for itself. And there is no other. And there is no other Armenia that comes from the past, having survived the genocide, the great national dispossession, the loss of over half of a homeland, not only 1.5 million souls, but a nation that is resilient, that has learned to dance on the face of adversity, to slip and fall and to come back again. And it is not presidents or prime ministers, past or present, who are the heroes of our time. It is those rank and file Armenians, fellow citizens in Armenia, who day in and day in and day out, fight for dignity and rights and a place in the world where Armenia is not only a place of the past and loss and dispossession and occupation and conquest, but has something to offer the world. Not the presidents or prime ministers, long life to all of them, but to the people on the front lines in Artsakh today, whose names we will never know, but who hold for each and every one of us the important depth of a commitment to a homeland that has a future if we bring it all together. And so, those heroes are here today as well. Among us, those who have passed, members and leaders of the Armenian Bar Association, people who were leaders in their fields, judges and lawyers, leaders of associations doing marvelous work. I'm thrilled to be a compatriot, a colleague of yours, because the Armenian people and her friends have come a long way to this point to deliver to the Armenian people finally a future of dignity, of relevance to international affairs, and a place in the world called Armenia. So 30 years ago, as we struggled on all those fronts in Armenia and Karabakh and Artsakh and in diaspora, the Armenian Bar Association was formed. And we found the source of our inspiration and the resilience in the survivor generation. Think of our parents and grandparents, what they meant to us and what they conveyed to us on a daily basis. Maybe we didn't recognize that message as it was delivered, but my goodness, aren't we blessed to have received it? Those are the heroes. And the people who continue to serve the community, the cause, the nation, the homeland, and never seek any recognition, never want a seat of office or a medal or a plaque. So those are the real heroes, and we looked around, and the Armenian Bar Association over the last 30 years has come a long way. It's one thing to go through a Martindale Hubble directory with your friends, now judges and senior lawyers, and that takes a couple of months, but it's quite another thing to continue the struggle, to make it relevant, to take it to Armenia, to Artsakh, and to be one of the leading voices of Armenian rights around the world. We see that inspiration in the guests we have from the Republic of Armenia and the Republic of Artsakh. People who do not seek anything but service of human rights, of civil rights. That we overcome finally our own shortcomings, our own smallness, and be able finally to have a nation, have a people worldwide that have a homeland that we can be proud of. Dikran Tevrisian, whom we honor today, also was a great source of inspiration for me. I slipped and fell at his bar and grill, and he taught me to stand up and to continue and to improve myself, and has always been very, very supportive. But a man, a proud American, a federal court judge, who during his lunch breaks would exercise his rights as an American and an Armenian to go to a demonstration that demanded recognition of justice and truth for his people. So these are the kinds of people that we have and that we are. And we have to learn to cherish what we have, criticize, argue, but stand above. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're on that road. It'll take a while. We've got to work together. We've got to improve ourselves. We've got to make sure that right makes might, not might makes right. But ultimately, we're on the right road. And I'm so very proud and blessed to be part of what we all call a vision, but it's an existential necessity. As proud Americans and Canadians and Armenians, that finally we have a homeland that's independent, that has a flag of the United Nations, and we bear responsibility for her. There will be no other chance, and there's no other Armenia. In diversity, strength. In unity, power. Let's get to it. Thank you.